Hi, how are you doing today? I hope you're well. This is number 18 in the Melodious Etudes for Trumpet book. And it's a two-pager. And now we're getting up to the point where we're playing for a longer period of time, as I mentioned before. And I'm just going to go ahead and play through this. And then we'll go back and look at some spots. So put yourself in receiving mode, listening. Not analysis mode, not critical, not trying to figure out, simply experiencing it. Let the music come to you. I'll do what I can to allow that music to come, through me and to you, and through the microphone and through the camera. We'll see how well that works. Here we go. Well, I got a few things to mention. I'm challenging myself, and I'll explain. At the beginning it says piano, and it says piano again at the fourth line. And it says piano again near the bottom of the first page. And you get the idea. So he's reminding the vocalist, stay in that gentle, resonant, projecting but gentle voice. Stay in that gentle voice. Trumpet players don't generally speak with a gentle voice. I have heard someone say the trumpet is an instrument of war, and certainly that's where it came from. You have the shofar, back in the biblical days, it was the war trumpet made out of a ram's horn. And all the way through history, and the trumpet has a long history, it's one of the earliest instruments. It was an instrument to announce things. It's you know, fanfares. It's declamatory. It makes a statement. You can hear it. That's why you can hear. It's a loud instrument. So generally, people don't like to play soft. When my students play these, they don't play soft. They play mezzo, you know, something like that. So I was challenging myself all the way through to play soft. I realize you can't hear it with this setup because the microphones are so sensitive, you don't get a lot of the dynamic range. So that's something to keep in mind to challenge yourself with. A couple of other little tips. I kind of messed up at the end because I'd been restraining the flow of the air so gently, and now when I saw that it was crescendoing up to forte, I started to push the air. That was a mistake. I don't need to push it. I need to do what I wanted to do all through the whole piece. Just keep letting it go. Instead, I pushed it and I lost a little bit of my control, my balance, because I was starting to force too much air through instead of just letting the sound grow. This is what singers do. I'm actually going to play the end of it again and see if I can show you this. Third line from the bottom. In the middle of the line, there's a phrase that says, why don't I start at the beginning of the phrase? I'll start the 2 bars before the third line from the end. There's a spot that says Dolce, which most of you know means sweet. And so somehow it's calling for, the composer is calling for a change of character, which I tried to do. I don't know how successful it was. But in any case, it goes, you're supposed to be playing piano at this point. And then in 2 bars, you come up to forte. You haven't played forte through the whole etude. I'm sure that that's what Mr. Bordogni was doing. He was setting up the vocalist to learn how to balance their breath, keep the resonance when they're playing soft, and sing gently with a dolce quality of tone, and then open up into full operatic forte. And a voice can be louder than a trumpet, believe it or not. If you've ever stood in front of a Wagnerian soprano, you'd know what I'm talking about. It's pretty amazing. And that's what we're striving for, is to do the same thing with this piece of metal stuck on our face. Okay, here's the ending. It still caught me. So that tells me I'm going to need to practice making those big transitions in the dynamics to stay balanced and not have to hold on and push and pull on the air. I hope you understand that. I know that some of you will, and these are things that you have to experience for yourself. One more idea and then I'll let you go. All the way through these etudes, there's something that I don't believe I've mentioned up to this point. And that is to be very attentive to the way you release notes. I'll give you a couple of little examples before I let you go. Every phrase that goes into a rest and any place where you're going to take a breath, you have to be very aware with your ear of how you're going to release that note. There's not a right or wrong to it, except to say that you don't want it to be jarring, you want it to be graceful, you want it to be simple and fit the character of the music. So I'm going to play a couple of phrases, just the ends of phrases, so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to start at the end of that phrase and listen for the release. So I'm doing it like a singer. Not let the note, let the resonance of the note decay naturally. That's what you're trying to work on here. And if you just pay attention to what it sounds like, it's almost self-correcting. Just listen to great players, and you'll hear this all the time. Listen for it, and it'll start to come into your own playing. That's important. So I hope you can apply some of this stuff soon before you forget it, and I hope to see you somewhere on the website later on. Have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.